Today we are traveling to the 50s and I am going to show you how I got this look, kind of the everyday woman, and see what you think. When I was researching the 50s, I found quite a few different hairstyles. A lot of them are kind of the rockabilly pinup, but I'm going for more the everyday woman. So I found a picture of my Aunt Carol, and this was the late 50s. So I'm going to kind of keep this style in mind as I'm doing my hair. And I'm going to try to do no curling iron, so we'll see how this goes. I have these rollers. So I dampened my hair and I'm going to try to roll them up and see what happens. I've used these rollers before. They're just some extra large snap around rollers. Makeup of the 50s wasn't really to be very noticeable. It was just to add to the woman's beauty. The late 50s is more when the wing came in and the pinup and all that. So I'm going to do just kind of your everyday woman look. So we're going to start with the foundation. And they did do foundation sticks and they blended it in until it was barely noticeable. You just put it on very lightly and blended. So I'm using the Bare Minerals. This is a Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick, and the color I have is 01 Opal. And I'm going to use a brush to blend this in. It blends in easier for me with a brush. Have concealer, so I'm going to use this foundation just under my eye to help with some of those dark circles. Next step was rouge, or as we know it today, blush. And again, it was very slight. They wanted just a light tint on slightly, and you using the Catrice blush box for this. And they were all about matte finishes back then. Okay, so just up. So eyebrows were made just to frame the face. They were not meant to be noticeable. You brush the natural hairs up, frame the face with an arch. I actually think my eyebrows are dark enough. I'm not even going to do anything to them. For eyeshadows, it was believed that it should bring out the natural color of your eye or match your outfit. So they were really, all the makeup and the hairstyles seemed like it was about matching your face shape or using your colors to your outfit or eyes. They applied with the finger, and again, it was matte shades and very light. This is the Model's Own Barely There eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to use, this is Secret, that color right there, that bottom brown one. Halfway on the eye and blend outwards. Seems so strange now since we're so used to, I feel like, putting on a lot of different shades and really working with it to go this simple, but and that still might be a little dark, so I'm going to go over it with all natural this pink color with a brush just to kind of tone this down and make it not so dark, because everything that I could find was really light to where the shadow, you really couldn't hardly see it. So let's just lighten that up. I think I went even a little too dark. Just a hint of color. So again, the eyeliner, you didn't really put much on, just a very thin line. In the late 50s is when the cat eye became popular, but this just had a slight uptick at the time frame that I am doing. And I'm just trying to kind of brush it into the lash line because I don't want a very noticeable line. A little bit up, but see, I'm barely putting any on. And then I'm just gonna go about halfway. It's like barely there. For mascara, again, it was used sparingly, top lash only, and they used more of a cake mascara, but I do not have that. So I'm using the Sephora Lash Craft Length and Value, and I'm really gonna brush off this brush to try to get as much off as I can so that I just have a tiny bit left still on the brush. And nowadays how we kind of go on the inside and, you know, work it up, I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of taking the ends and really lightly getting some color on there. For a powder, I am using the good old Coty Airspun. What they did was they would actually take a piece of cotton, which I guess makes sense now. This, I think, looks like cotton on here, and I never really thought about it too much before on why that was on the packaging, but I guess now that makes sense because they would apply their powder with a piece of cotton. So they would take a fresh piece of cotton, blot the powder on there, and then fluff it on. Then with a clean piece of cotton, then they would kind of brush off any excess. Looks pretty nice. Then for lipstick, lipsticks were shifting away from just the bright red to corals and oranges reds. So I'm going to go, this is Elizabeth Arden Tropicoral, and they applied with a lip brush, and you wanted to just follow your natural line as possible. There was no real overdrawing or anything like that. And then you always wanted to blot off the excess, of course. Makeup is done. So yes, just very natural, enhancing your own beauty. So I wonder if my hair's been in here long enough. I did use the blow dryer. Of course, they would have set underneath the dryer in the hair salon, or they would have had a bonnet dryer at home that they used, but I just used a blow dryer. Let's see how these work. I've never used these rollers before. Hair is pretty thick, so it may be I needed to leave those in longer. I left them in for about 35 minutes, or I needed to use more gel or something like that. But we're gonna see. I don't know if these will hold in my hair because, like I said, it is pretty thick. If not, we might have to get out the curling iron after all. But I'm gonna try these and let this set for a little bit, and then I will be back to see how this looks. Take out these curls. That actually held better than the rollers. Now I'm going to need the curling iron. Exactly what I was picturing, but we're gonna go with it. And I have my dress on, insert a full-length photo here with pearl on button earrings and gloves. And I just thought that I would show off some cute compacts and what they would use back in the day. A little too hard with the gloves on. I'm gonna take them off. Just FYI, if you're interested in any of these compacts, I do have them listed for sale in my eBay store, but this one is an example with the rouge, but I didn't think that I should test it out. So they had a little powder puff to use the rouge, a mirror, and then on this side was where they would put their loose powder. So I just think that it's very cool. And another one that I wanted to show was the square one. That was pretty. They're just so pretty. And so then, yeah, it just like the very thinnest powder puff that you could get. And then the powder would go there. It's kind of a fun little thing that I wanted to show some different compacts. They had all different kinds of shapes and styles. So I just think that's very fun. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed traveling back to the 50s with me. And I forgot to mention about the giveaway. Please see details in the description box below. Tomorrow to see the next decade. Bye.